Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to Game 2 of a best of 3. It's Mouz Sports versus Keita Gaming. I'm LD. He's Merlini.
Let's go into draft.
That's it. Yeah, draft's almost over. We actually pretty much missed the draft. Sorry about that, guys. We were having a heated debate here at the house. I take full responsibility, but you do see the picks at least. It'll be a Quakefoot Tinker. I love Tinker, but in Mouz's hands, this is going to be a very passive game for them. This looks like a game where they just want to get black 4 or 5 slotted, and then go and
Black's on Beastmaster.
What?
What? I'm pretty sure that's gonna be a swap.
That is the most. That doesn't work for a team like Mouz. Like some teams could do that, and you're like,
Yeah.
I wonder if they're doing something weird. But if Black plays this Beastmaster, I will be very surprised.
6-slotted Beastmaster.
Carry Beastmaster. Get
So
a Mask of Madness Basher.
That'd be sweet. I've seen it before.
And it is a Black Beastmaster. Looks like Mouz Sports maybe want to experiment with their roles a bit here.
Whoa there. That is bold.
Is there like a...
Oh, okay, they swapped.
You got us, guys. You almost fooled us.
All our
Again,
worry for not.
this just doesn't work for Mouz. Like, nobody is fooled by that for a second.
Keita has an interesting lineup. One thing I don't like about the draft is that they pick Lich after Mouz picked Chen, and Lich, even with a chain frost buff to 10 bounces, it still usually is not enough damage to go through the Chen creeps. And he just hands of God. You have like 3 different targets. On top of that, you have the Beastmaster board too. I don't really find it being too effective. Perhaps in the denial phase of the game with the Lich, but again, Lich versus Chen is just usually terrible in team fights. But that's just only one particular matchup. And
I do like this dual lane though, because Lifestealer is such a survivable hero that he's not going to die. He can even go and contest the pull, especially against Mouz's lineup. They don't have that much lockdown early. So I agree with you. I don't know what the Lich does later on, but for the laning stage, it might just help the Lifestealer get basically a free lane of experience.
Yeah, but if Chen is aggressive, like we may see him, they're just going to get straight up dove. And having the creeps deny may work against you because that just makes the tower dive that much easier.
For the time being, we should introduce the teams. Mouz Sports on the dire side, Keita Gaming on the Radiant. It's a best of 3 for the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. There is a Dota TV ticket giveaway. For more info on that, head on over to gc.corsair.com and you can get all the info and enter for your chance to win. But Mouz Sports on the dire side, leading 1-0. They win 1 game. They'll be in your winner bracket finals for Group D, our last group before we enter the playoffs. Black, the Gyrocopter Cinderin, the Chen, Pos, handling the Rubik, in the capable hands of Fata, will be your solo mid Beastmaster. Not as flashy of a hero as a Puck. We'll see what he can do. And Quakefoot, your safe lane Tinker. On the Radiant side, it'll be Zap Crash playing the Lifestealer. He was the Weaver last game. Flox Plox, the Lich. I love these names. Saiso, the Clockwork. That's a little bit more boring. Steph Style, the Jakiro. And last but not least, my man, Maglev Gangtrain. Of course, these are the Swedes. I would say the second best team in Sweden, but Blitz Dota says that's 4FC.
And it actually looks like Chen is going to start off an opponent in the jungle. And this is very, very dangerous for Keita because they have used both of their observer wards up top. They have no clue where Chen is right now and are very susceptible to a tower dive, especially with one of their supports being top lane.
Yeah, this is where Steph Style should be more like behind the tower almost, I feel. Like
they are, I think
he is a little bit too far out. Here comes the creeps, here comes the party. Maglev Gangtrain, he will dagger through. Now your Rocket Barrage thrown back into it by Black, still running, still alive, not dead just yet. One more hit from the creep will bring him down. If that creep had died just a little bit sooner, he may have been able to salve and live, and I don't think they can actually go for Steph Style here. They're thinking about it, but out comes your Spectre once again. Black on the run, Spectre just backing off to farm. The Jakiro should be more like behind the tower. Did they actually know that? I'm not sure if they realized that Chen was offensive jungle.
No, they had no clue, but they had to suspect that when the Rubik or when the Tinker is just all by his lonesome. They have his rewards up there. They can scout it out a little bit, especially with Lifestealer, who is very, very safe in this early game. And they just lacked information. Mid lane, Fata and Saiso duking it out.
Nice solo kill. Now, this is a matchup that Clockwork, I feel, should win. He's very good against those types of melee heroes. Magnus, Beastmaster, you just spam cogs, burn the mana, and if you ever catch them in cogs with Battery Assault, they're pretty helpless to do anything. So, smart play, an important solo kill. And normally, Merlini, as we're going to see a wraparound bottom. So I'll table that thought for a second. In comes Pos, looking for Steph Style here. And that's going to be a dead Jakiro. Thrown into Rocket Barrage. No way out for him. The Chen creeps on the backside. A nicely placed Ice Path, but it won't matter. And what I was going to say is I'm surprised they haven't been more aggressive on Tinker. No, Tinker's barely going to live. Meanwhile, Maglev Gangtrain on the run. He tries to work his way through with the Spectral Dagger. He'll be okay. So what I wanted to say was normally you get aggressive on Tinker when you see that they're running an offensive try and he's solo, but it's a Lich dual lane. It's a lane that actually pulls the creeps back, so it's hard to dive in. And it's a Tinker.
And Koifa is going max March too. I think that is the best build in this sort of situation, just because you can almost kill them if they go on you aggressively, especially with the creep wave on your side. Mouse definitely coming out ahead on this early game, and they're denying Koifa a little bit of farm. But again, I'm not really feeling this Lich pick, and I think they would have been better suited to just a traditional triple lane on the bottom lane. But trying something new, can't blame him for that. Also, for Fada in the mid lane, I actually prefer a Stout Shield on the Beastmaster in a one-on-one situation, just in case you get trapped in the cage with the Rattle Trap.
They are diving Koifa, uses the laser, but now will be open wounds. Great patience from Zap Crash to hold that until the laser wears off. And
get those kills.
At the long last, they'll get the kill, but in comes Cinder, and the creeps are working to protect Keita Gaming here. Those Radiant creeps preventing the dive. Maybe not for long, though. In comes your Gyro, and it's smart. It's the smart little things for Mouse that help make this possible. The early Rain of Basilius on Black, leaving it on constantly, auto-attacking creeps. If you want to tower dive like this, you do need to do it correctly, or you can end up without enough support.
And having a ward right here, too.
Yeah, so those are like the three key things. The ward, the Rain of Basilius, and just constantly pushing the wave with auto attacks.
Yep. And I think that Clockwork should also get a TP, just because they've been putting out so much aggression on the bottom lane. They've been tower diving constantly, tanking creeps behind the tower. He can really make a big difference here, and he is almost level 6. He does have the TP scroll. Let's see if he gets a 4-minute rune. He is almost level 6, 4 minutes in, and that is what happens when you get a kill in the solo lane. But unfortunately, Beastmaster, or unfortunately for Keita, Beastmaster will get the rune and hopefully stem some aggression from Keita.
Double damage rune up on Fata, and for the time being, he'll head back to the mid lane. There is a TP now in Saiso. You'll be very happy about that, Merlini. Of course, for Mouse Sports, the thing is they don't really have to stay here. That's with an early start like this, Black is just not going to die.
There's smoke to mid lane.
This is a hard one to kill if the Clockwork's at his tower. You don't want to dive him with cogs there, but now he's just walking way out into the river. This is the perfect time to go, except they weren't quite there yet. Mouse Sports just a little bit halting in their aggression, waiting for the right moment to roar and dive, and still no commitment yet.
Man, they are getting huge levels on top. Both of them nearly level 5 when Koifa was level 5, and the solo kill definitely helped. Looks like they're trying to contest his jungle right now. They dropped the rocket on him. They see him. They know what's going on. Koifa. Ooh.
A little bit too far to go. They don't even have open wounds mod on Zap Crash, and they're fighting their way through the March of the Machines. Now the cogs for Saiso. Surprised he would cog Fata in, considering that Fata had a DD rune. Even by himself, Fata could have nearly killed him, but now he'll certainly secure the kill with some backup from 3. So Mouse Sports, a lot of time spent there, but they do find a crucial kill. They're winning bot lane, they're winning mid lane, free farm on Black, and even the safe lane Tinker is 25-0. So dare I say it, once again, Mouse Sports have found a way to win all 3 lanes.
And Spectre is getting very, very little out of his lane. He only has 11 last hits. He is only level 4.5, and they need a big, bad Spectre in order to win this in the late game. But at the same time, they do have Life Stealer, so they have two carries, I'd say. And Life Stealer already with Phase Boots. He has his Oov too, and could put out a lot of pressure on Koifa before he gets his Boots of Travel. Speaking of that, he's about 1,500 away, Koifa is, from that. And checking out Ancient stacks, nothing stacked yet for him.
Yeah, that being said, he doesn't have to have a crazy start, because I don't know that Keita Gaming can actually really punish him that much. Not when your Spectre's this poor. Only Boots. That's the one here that would really want to be ganking him. Maybe Saiso could put pressure on, but he's lost to tier 1 mid. He has no rune control. It's a bit hard for Clockwork to gank from this position. Even though Tinker's had a slow start, I just don't know who can actually punish that.
I also think they need wards out too. Mouse has this mid T1 down, so they can like navigate this part of the map, and we already see a rotation from Fada. Keita needs some information. They need to know where Chen is.
Maybe AFK right now. Saiso lifting him up now, throwing him towards himself. That's a little obvious. That's a little unusual. Now daggering into the cogs. You can dagger your way through them. Maglev, Gank Train will probably find a kill. He's not, however, getting the Desolate damage. Will he be able to finish Pass? He's off the dagger now. No additional move speed. Now the roar comes through. Off with his head, says Fata. Slicing and dicing. And Beastmaster with a haste rune is a fearsome foe. He'll probably get Flox Plox here as well. There is a Chain Frost. Is he going to look to throw it? No way he can even find one. If he Chain Frosted there, it would be a waste. Wisely will hold it, but another 3 kills for Mouse Sports. They now lead 6-3. And 7 minutes in, the gold graph is a fearsome sight. A 5,000 gold lead for Mouse Sports, a 3,000 experience lead. This ain't looking good for Keita.
Not at all. And I like the build from Fada. He actually went a 3-2-1 build. At level 7, he only had level 3 X, but he has the boar. And that boar is so amazing. It's good at tanking Chain Frost, it's good at slowing Nakes during a rage, it's good for chasing down people like we just saw Fata do, and the little bit of extra damage from the Wild Axes is not as important as having that that greater board, or that regular board rather.
Yeah, Wild Axes don't really scale that amazingly well. I mean, even at level 1, they're still pretty decent. So, we'll see if Steph Style can maybe find Cinder. He rotates towards the bottom rune, and no boots up. Very dangerous for him to be here. Actually surprised he's here with the tier 1 having just fallen, but he'll try and walk up the hill. The Ice Path catches 2, catches Fata. Now your Haunt in. Clockwork will catch Fata, unable to TP away thanks to Battery Assault. They found 1. They might find 2. Call down on the backside, though. Black is going in, baby. He's found 2 of his own. Double kill. Cinder and KSing them both. But Black doing all the work with a massive call down here. Now Steph Style on the run, and Cinder in from the backside. He'll steal a dual breath, setting up Black for yet another kill. Steph Style. No, Pos gonna get that one. They are just not letting Black have any kills this game. My goodness. 0, 1, and 7.
Take all his gold. Take all of Black's gold away from him.
That is not how. That is not the ideal way to play your support. But I don't know if it matters, Merlini, because while this is happening, Tinker isn't dying top.
It's the same thing we saw last game. It's like a 4 protect 1, and then it's going to swap later. Once Tinker gets his BOTs, he's going to come join in the fights on Chen creeps, and then I expect Ruby or Gyrocopter to come out ahead. They are currently stacking the creeps. Who knows whether it's for the Tinker or for the Gyrocopter, but that is going to be a lot of gold.
Mousesport's actually showing, I mean, in terms of the way they lane, it's like you know who's going to play what hero, but a bit of versatility in terms of the kinds of heroes they're picking. We saw a Puck last game, now this game a Beastmaster, and they went for the jungle hero and the Chen. Tinker safe lane, last game was a Lone Druid off lane. I feel like they've evolved a bit since the last time I had the pleasure of casting them, which was quite a few months ago.
Yeah, flexibility is so key, and it's going to be so important at TI3 to just expand upon your lineups. And if you just ban Puck and Fata can't play another hero, that's a big deal for you.
There's your hook on Fata. He gets caught. Now the Ice Path coming through. They'll lift Syso and throw him out of the cogs. No, just up and back down again. Syso still trying to find a kill. Here comes your Chain Frost. Could be the Tide Turner. Bounces once. That's not going to cut it. And in the end, Keita Gaming finds one hero, but Black should be able to get away. Maybe not with the dual breath. The rocket's cooling down. Actually, Black looks very dead. Open Wounds is there. He'll go down, but in the back lines, it is Pos cleaning house a bit. Still running, buys an urn. Even if he dies, he won't lose much. Now lifting Maglev, throwing him back, pops the stick, doesn't have enough mana to use anything else. I think Maglev could have actually turned around and killed him there, but he's worried about the rotations.
And there is a booster travel up on Koikva. So the moment that Mouz has been waiting for, and once he starts...
Oh, is he going to haunt in? He's just gotten a regen rune. It's a bit dangerous.
Yep. And this tower is under a lot of heavy siege in this top lane. I'm not sure if he's actually going to get a bottle or not. I think it pays off eventually in the efficiency, but we see a lot of safe lane or triple lane Tinkers forgo that item.
For the time being, Fata, Arcane Boots up now. 1,600 gold on top of that. We'll see what he goes for. One thing worth mentioning about Mousesports' lineup is they can actually go Roche quite early.
Here's a smoke from Keita. Keita?
That's a really long way to smoke out, especially with mid lane pushing in, top lane at the river, and bottom lane pushing in. This is a pretty obvious smoke. But one thing I want to mention, though. Well, we'll see. Might catch Black here. Call down deployed. Diving Maglev gank train. Very surprising. Maybe he's expecting Tinker back up, but none is forthcoming. Now he gets hooked. Black, normally known for his safe positioning, ain't so safe here.
He's like, give me a kill, guys. Give me a kill. 0-3 and 8 on Black, but he has been contributing a fair amount to these team fights. And all the meanwhile, the rest of Mouz is doing Roshan, sans Tinker, who is doing the Ancient Sacs right now. So screw Gyrocopter's farm. We're getting this Tinker big.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to say, which is the player's not cooperating. Constant action. But they have a great lineup to just go and do Roche, and we're seeing it now.
Beastmaster, one of the better heroes at doing it, especially with his boar, with Cinderin on Chen. They almost have a mech too, so things are looking very well for Mouz in case they want to start putting a lot of pressure on this last T1 tower and other T2s.
Looks like we might need to fix something here real quickly, guys, so we'll hop back to the camera shot for a second, but hopefully it should just take a second and we'll get right back in the game. So Mousesport's taking ages. It looks like there won't be any further action. We'll actually see if Black backs off. Okay, he backs off. We should be good. And I believe I just had the stream on in the background. Sorry about that, guys. The audio should be fixed now. So I'm not sure if any viewers noticed that, if that was just Kawa's hyper-sensitive ears. Not in a bad way. That's a good thing. But they're pushing the bottom lane now. Mousesport's grouped up as 5. And Black, Haste Rune, is online for your Beastmaster. Fata can maybe look to dive. They can't defend this tower.
Koikfa has the Aegis too. Not giving the Aegis to Black. When I don't remember the last time.
Is Black like getting some hate from his team? They're like, you have to play Beastmaster. You don't get any kills. You don't get an Aegis. Is he in timeout? Did he do something wrong?
I have no
Where's
idea.
the royal treatment? He's your carry player. He's Black friggin' Dota. Give him the Aegis.
They're
Give him
wondering
some
if
kills.
Koikfa gets all. They want Koikfa to get all the glory.
These guys are bullies. No respect. No respect.
They're pushing the T3 13 minutes in. Aggressive move from Mouz here.
Can Keita defend this? They do have macro power. They've got some good AoE, but they are going to force the entirety of Keita Gaming back.
This is totally unexpected. I would totally not be prepared for this if I were on Keita's side. This is very aggressive move. But, I mean, they do have the mech. They do have the Aegis. They do have the boost of travel on Koikfa.
I love this play for Mouz. Sometimes I feel they're one... In the past, I felt they're a team that maybe over-farms a bit, relies too much on just getting six-slotted, but everybody's having a role here. Koikfa narrowly dodging a hook, and they're just taking the fight to their opponents early. This is nice to see.
Wow, Blink Dagger already on Tinker. I mean, he had his boost of travel, I think, at like 11. Takes out the Ancient Stack, gets 8. Roshan.
There's your roar. Lifestealer trapped in the cogs after the clockwork goes down. The tower will live. Now Haunt's on cooldown, though, and back into the fray comes your Tinker. Chain Frost bouncing through from Hawk back to Rubik. I did not realize that bounced to the Hawk without vision. Wow.
I don't know how they had vision there. Maybe it wasn't faded in time, but
that's very
weird. It didn't look like they had it.
Yeah, it didn't look like they had it. Well, either way, doesn't matter. Mouse Sports, there is no Haunt right now. Blinking forward is Koikfa. Only a level 2 laser. Won't find a kill. But with no Haunt, with no Chain Frost, can they actually defend? It looks rather bleak.
I like how the Western teams punish Spectre teams so heavily. They go aggressive triple lane, they put constant pressure on them, and they push the Rex at 14 minutes, 13 minutes.
And also, Keita just had a really bad tri-lane, because it wasn't even a tri-lane, it was a dual lane. So it's...
They don't have any good anti-push. Lich is probably one of the worst anti-push heroes.
They have Jakiro, but he does need quite a few levels. I mean, he's just hit level 7 now, but they've already lost to way too many towers before that. In comes your call down. The rage from Zapcrash still being slowed through it all. He'll go down, and it looks like it's just a matter of time. They're about to lose brutal. 4. They might even lose 5. Maglev gang train on the run. One more flat cannon. There you go. Black at long last gets a few kills.
That is GG coming out from Keita. I also like how they had a lot of solutions versus Lifestealer, because Lifestealer was getting the majority of the free farm on the side of Keita, but constantly roared, drops a call down to slow him, and then he has to like sit in the Martian machines. He couldn't really do that much. Usually we see Lifestealers just go to town if they get free farm for the first 10 minutes, but not this one.
Yeah, they punished the Spectre, they punished the dual lanes, they punished the Lich pick, and they outplayed Keita.
This is the least farm Black I've ever seen, 15 minutes, probably.
Yeah, maybe they're trying to become less reliant on him and saying...
Flexibility is good.
Yeah, but do you have to not give him the Aegis and not give him kills just to prove a point?
Just to spite him?
Well, I mean, I guess maybe the idea is let's see how useless we can make Black and then see if we can still win.
The thing is about Gyrocopter, he's still good without items. That's dropped that call down.
That's very
He's
true.
got a lot of kills with the Rocket Barrage, or actually a lot of assists with the Rocket Barrage, and he still did very well, even though he doesn't have the massive amount of black items that we usually see.
Well, Keita Gaming, they're not out of the tournament yet. The Swedes will still have a shot, but they drop down to the losers bracket. Now they have to win 2 best-of-3s in a row against Mouse Sports if Mouse drops down, or else against Empire and Flipside. So we'll see who ends up advancing to meet Mouse Sports, but right now they look very solid to me. And you look at the 4 teams in this group, and I would say they are the clear favorites to take the group.
I don't know who the other teams are in the group.
Empire, Flipside.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who Flipside is, so probably wouldn't choose them as my favorite.
And Empire has been one of the more It's a big name. They were a fantastic team with Funnick, but...
No Funnick, no Empire.
They have been underwhelming as of late. So that's going to wrap up our series. Mouse Sports, they clean house. They take down Keita Gaming 2-0.
15-minute game.
Yeah. Killer instinct. I like it.
With a Tinker and a... You expected a long game. You're like, oh, no, Tinker.
Exactly. Well, I'm used to the old Mouse. This is cool. Let's farm a 6-slotted Black. But I like this versatility. I think it's what Mouse needs, too. Just they seemed a bit predictable at times, almost like DK or LGD. But we're seeing some versatility in hero picks, in play style, in laning selection. It's looking up for them. They might be a dark horse.
Farm priority?
And farm priority. And hate priority. They hate Black, apparently.
You're racist.
Give my man the Aegis. Give my man some kills. Black's a good character.
I thought you were going to call him Mr. GPM.
Mr. GPM?
Yeah. Wasn't that your...
That's Mr. GPM to you.
There you go. So what's our next match?
Our next match is going to be Empire versus Flipside. It was scheduled to start 3 hours after this series started. Obviously, it hasn't been 3 hours, but I think we're going to try to start it as soon as possible. So stay with us, guys. It's going to be a best of 3. Hopefully there won't be any downtime. It'll be Empire versus Flipside coming up next. The storyline for here is that Mouse Sports has moved on. I'm LD, he's Merlini. You've been watching the Corsair Summer Tour 2013. We'll be back right after these messages with another best of 3. Stay with us.